Welcome to this edition of Applied Animal Feeding. Today we're going to learn how to do a Pearson Square. Now I'll post a link in the description of this YouTube video that has this handout on it, or you can diagram it as you go, whatever works. But I like having the diagram that has all the instructions on it that you can go with first straight out the gate. So our first problem that we're going to do, and we're just going to do an example to walk through how we solve this, is we're going to be balancing a ration for 16% crude protein. Okay, the two feeds that we have are a bakery waste product that is dried. I'm kind of abbreviating here on my notes. And soybean meal, the 44% standard. Okay, so that's the information we have. Now, the first thing we need to do is gather our information. I know that because I'm solving for protein, I need to know the crude protein for both of these feeds. Okay, so I'm going to use my searchable database that I've been building, but you can also use this website here for the feed library, whatever works for you. If you're in my class, you have to use my searchable spreadsheet. All right, so let's type in the feed name. The first is bakery waste. Nope, let me actually type correctly. And there is one product, bakery product dried. And it contains, we're solving for protein. Remember, we're balancing for protein. So it contains 12%. The other one I needed was soybean meal. And I needed the 44%. That was the description. And if you'll notice, it is 47.73. Okay, now I have my data. I just needed those two pieces of information. That makes it look like it's a 3. All right, so step 1, draw a square. I have a square right here in the center of the or on the bottom third of the page. We're going to enter the nutrient requirement or the goal in the center of the page. So our goal, or what we're trying to solve for, is 16, and I usually make a note that it's crude protein that I'm working with. So we've done step 1 and we've done step 2. Now we're going to, step 3 is to enter the nutrient concentration, and in this case, we're working with percentages on the left corners. Okay, so let's start with the bakery product is 12% crude protein. The soybean meal, and it doesn't matter which one goes here as long as you label it so you know which one is in which spot. And that is 47.73. All right. So we have done steps 1, 2, and now 3. So we have all of our information essentially in this square setup. The 4th step says to subtract the values diagonally. Using only the absolute value, we should have no negative signs. So we only just want the absolute difference between these numbers. So the difference between 16 and 12, I'm going to verify on the calculator, should be 4, is 4. Because remember, we're subtracting diagonally. Okay? So then the other absolute difference is between this number and 16. So 47.73 minus 16. That is 31.73. So at this stage, we're actually balanced. The whole, the proportion of this ration in the total mix is 4 parts soybean meal and 31.73 parts of bakery product. But we're going to calculate the percentages. So we just completed step 4. Step 5 is to sum the 2 parts. Okay, we're down here at the bottom where it says whole, sum of the parts, we add them together. And I did that on the calculator. You could probably do that one in your head. But we get 35.73 total parts. Not too bad, is it? Pearson squares are fairly straightforward. I like these for 4-H and FFA kids that have like a hay and a grain and need to figure out the protein of their mix or something like that. This works really well. Now that we've completed steps 1 through 5, we're going to complete step 6, which is calculating the percentage. So remember, that is the part over the whole times 100. And we do this while we subtracted diagonally, we read this left to right. So this number, even though it was subtracted using this number in the bottom left corner, it is really the bakery waste product. And so we need to set up the part over the whole. So we have our part and we have the whole right here. So 31.73 divided by 35.73 times 100 will give us our percentage. To go along with that, we have 4 as our part divided by 35.73 times 100 will give us our second percentage. So let's solve, where I'm going to put the first one, the 31.73 divided by the whole, the 35.73. And learn that we have 88.80% bakery product in this ration. On the flip side, let's do the bottom one. We have 11.20%. Now, a quick check. And this is just how I kind of look at things logically. First check, do these two numbers add up to 100? Yes, they do. Good. The second check that I do is my relationship reasonable? Meaning this ration is pretty heavy on the bakery waste. Is that reasonable? Well, let's take a look. Our goal is 16. Is 16 closer to 12 or 47? To me, it's a lot closer to 12. And that's kind of an indicator that this is going to be the biggest ingredient. The number the goal is closest to is going to be the biggest ingredient. And the bigger the gap, the smaller the percentage. And so when I look at this, I think 16 is quite a bit closer to 12. It makes sense that most of my ration is bakery product and a small amount of soybean meal is needed to achieve the desired protein percentage. And that's it. That's how you solve a Pearson square. Pretty straightforward. I will again make sure to post a Google file link to my Pearson square worksheet so that you can download this and use if you choose to as well. It is also available on Teachers Pay Teachers, so either way works for me. Hope you enjoyed this issue of applied animal feeding.